Live. There we go. Wow, I messed that up. Anyway, good evening, good morning. It's 12:57 on the East Coast, but Hannibal has not aired on the West Coast in 3 minutes. Well, no. So either way, welcome to R&J Reviews. This is R.
And I'm Jay.
That is Jay. We are here to talk about Hannibal Season 3, Episode 2, Primavera. Any idea what that means in Italian?
Primavera. Oh, wait. I do. Wait. Oh, God. I haven't taken Italian in like 5 years. Oh, get back to me on that. I know someone's already commenting. I'll get it. Definitely.
It's something first, right?
It is first. First meal? Is it first meal?
Maybe. I don't know. That's why I asked you. You're more Italian than I am.
Okay, let's ask Jeeves real quick. While I do that, what did you think of the episode, Rob?
But by the way, it means spring.
Oh wow, I was so wrong.
And it's also this. Actually, that makes sense. Primavera is the same word in Spanish as it is in English. Spanish and Italian for spring. I should have recognized that. I thought it was different because it's a different language, but it's not. I think we were thinking it was first because of the preem, which in the languages like primo will be first. But anyway, that is that. You can stop staring at me like I'm a ranting lunatic. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not a ranting lunatic. Much.
What do you think of the episode overall?
It's a Will episode. Mads McKillis was barely in it, and he did almost nothing. So
I loved their use of Mads for. We'll just call him Hannibal for the sake of the review. I loved the use of Hannibal for this episode. They made him seem like the Loch Ness monster. He was some kind of, kind of a superstition. And at the end, you see those snippets of him at the end, and it's just like little teases, and you know he's there. He's eerily stalking. It's really cool vibe.
He's he's killed people from all over the place because he's called the Killer of Florence, which actually really creeped me out. Like, I feel that is more, I don't know, the way the Italian.
It was the monster of Florence, right? Even going more with that whole monster gimmick they did, that was great.
Yes, I agree. I like that. When they said his name, like, I don't know, like for some reason, like that, like scared me, or like it gave me chills, like the monster of Florence, because I could see that, like he's kind of like Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, he's pretty much. This is the Hannibal we have come to expect, and we were kind of waiting for the show to kind of bring us. The past 2 seasons, we've seen Hannibal, be the manipulator that he is and the genius that he is. But now he's starting to really become this larger than life, like really an idea. In that, everyone fears in this case, the monster of Florence, and it's really interesting. It's especially seeing it in a different country, just seeing his impact kind of worldwide. It's crazy, and it really shows the scale as to how much of a monster this guy actually is.
He is. Another thing I liked, just because it kind of got me thinking, was Hannibal's or Will's reference to religion, and how he kind of said like how Hannibal kind of likes to play God.
Yeah, and they toyed with that a little bit, and that was some really clever writing, especially intertwined in the episode. That it was very clever. It's very interesting, and it's definitely something that makes you think while you're watching it, which is pretty much a treat. I think for a show like this to get dialogue that really makes you kind of sit back and think while you listen to it. I think that's special. So
it has I think I was so excited for the premiere that I don't know, I was expecting this to be just as good, if not better, because the trailer made it seem like every character was going to hunt him, so I didn't expect this episode again. I didn't dislike it, but I felt that it wasn't what I wanted.
I'm not too into the Will Hannibal dynamic that, like, how I was
watching it, asking about that, but I didn't want to be weird.
I'm just like, I'm not too into it anymore. I mean, I still enjoy the dynamic, but it's just the end of 2 was perfect with how they built that.
Yep.
And I feel like it's just kind of treading old water. I felt that way until the end of the episode. That kind of sold me a little bit back on it when, I guess, spoiler, right? I mean, this isn't a big deal, but when Will says, "I forgive you," those 3 words packed the biggest punch the entire episode, and that kind of sold me back on the idea of this whole Will Hannibal relationship. And that was a great way to end the episode, I think, was that, because the whole episode's Will talking about Hannibal and seeing the damage and everything, just the fallout really from the incident in the end of 2. And to have that "I forgive you," very powerful.
You know what's funny? Whenever I watch a TV show or anything, if I see the character almost be static in his scenes, or any character in his scenes, I must think, wow, that must have been really easy to film, or that must have been really great on the actor, or really easy to animate if it was animated, because like no one's moving. And so like that was my thing. Like, I felt kind of bored as an audience member with it, just the constant standing still. I don't like that.
What do you think of the new character? I believe his name is it Fernando? Is that his name?
I think you're right. I liked his accent. I liked him. He was cool. He seems like he could be evil or an antagonist too.
Yeah, his role is still very much up in the air. You don't really quite know what to expect from him yet. Again, like I said, this episode, from the aspect of Will, didn't interest me too much. I was just kind of growing bored with him as the main character, because I enjoyed last week's episode so much that I wish we got more episodes like that.
Yeah,
it was good to have Will back, though. It was good to have Will back, and I don't know how good it was to have Will by himself, though, because yeah, it's cool that we still, from a storyline perspective, don't know the fate of the others, but it didn't make for a good episode, I think.
Well, if anyone sees the little hanger, the little teaser at the end of it, we know what happens to Jack, at least.
Right, and the marketing has done, like, we all know, the fate of all the characters. It's just marketing aside, from a storyline perspective, we still don't know the fate of Jack and Alana, which is great, but it just it made for a slow episode this week.
Yeah, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, it's not bad. It's not, but it's not the excellence that I've seen. I liked it. I liked it nonetheless. I like Hugh Dancy anyway. Like I have no problem with him, but I like him interacting with other people. Though I really did like that scene in the church. Though I really did like that.
Yeah, I like Hugh Dancy a lot too. I like the character of Will Graham a lot. And we even saw the Will's gimmick with the seeing how the crime went down situation, where he recites the events of whatever it was.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, and that was a cool thing to include, because it, like, not having seen Hannibal in a year, you kind of, you don't forget about it, but it's not really on your mind too much when you see Will. So it was great to have it back.
The other thing about and Joe.
Yeah.
You froze for a sec. The other thing with Hannibal in this episode I liked is how the stag came back in Will's mind.
Yep. I was just going to talk about that. Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of a point I'm at. I enjoy all that, but it's just that my expectations for the season were pretty high, so I was expecting just more, and especially from a Will-centric episode. I don't know really what I was expecting, but they were kind of just treading on old water, just in a new way with Florence and everything, and with this new character. But it was just, I don't know. I was just expecting more.
I think like the biggest problem with Hannibal, and it's not even a problem, is it's such a good show, and every episode always keeps you guessing, that like it needs to almost be watched sequentially. Like having the week in between is just an awful thing. Like,
well, I mean, that's how I've always, because I've been watching from the first episode, so that's how I'm used to it, and I don't mind that. It's just that, I don't know. I enjoyed the episode. I'm not saying I hate the episode. I'm saying in terms of Hannibal, I thought was Hannibal's weakest episode is better than, you know, most of TV. And I'm not saying this is the weakest episode.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is the weakest episode by any means. I mean, this was a good episode. It just wasn't quite the premiere. I thought the premiere was fantastic, and it just kind of, I guess, slowly reintroduced Will. It felt like.
It had to build him up. We got 11 more to go. So
I feel like the last thing we should talk about too. We haven't mentioned it. I feel like this is definitely something we have to mention. Abigail Hobbs.
Yes. I thought we were going to talk about that at first, but I guess we're saving it for last.
That was a cool kind of. I mean, I never bought it for a second because of the way we saw what happened to her in the end of season 2.
Yeah, it was too graphic for it to be real. So when it happened, I was like, really?
Yeah, and I mean, it was a cool shot having, you know, Will and Abigail, you know, at the end of 2, seeing what happened to them, and like Abigail getting sewed up, and you know, Will getting patched up, everything like that. It was cool. It was a cool shot to see them kind of back to back like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I never really bought it. It was interesting from Will's perspective to, like, from that character's perspective for him to see that she came with him and pretending that she lived through it.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I wonder if she'll be back as a reoccurring character in Will's mind. It's something.
Yeah, well, that's what before we went live. She seems to be like a ghost to him. So I'm curious. It's the question. Like, will he be? Well, her father haunted him in all of season 1, I think. You know what I mean?
It's very similar. It's very similar to, if anyone's watching Dexter. If you've seen Dexter, for anyone watching, with what was his Harry? Was that his father's name? It's been a while. But his what?
I never watched Dexter.
Yeah, it's a similar situation in Dexter, and like the whole series, he's got his dead father, like talking to him and everything, and that's what it seems like here. And it's just kind of your conscious, I guess, a side of your conscious, I guess.
Manifesting
Yeah.
as the person that you dealt with.
Right, like a side of you just to kind of bounce off of. What?
Because even if you're talking to yourself in your head, you're not talking to yourself. It makes you a little less crazy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was a good episode. I did enjoy the episode. Hannibal's at a point where it's hard for me not to enjoy an episode. It's good. Definitely enjoyed the episode. They did a great job with it. It was just, I don't think it was as strong as the premiere, and it wasn't the best way to reintroduce Will. I think it just fell a little slow this week.
Yeah, it was slow, but it was still good. It was still solid. Still good.
Absolutely.
But anyway, for the one viewer watching, thank you, and for everyone watching at a later date, for watching our review and reaction to Hannibal season 3, episode 2, Primavera, meaning spring in Italian and
Not
Spanish.
first meal.
Not first meal. No. But again, thank you all. Thank you for watching, and we had a great time talking about this, and we'll be back on Thursday to watch that. And thank you again, and I'll see you later. Bye.